Parshas Yisro, Perek Yirches, Pasuk Aleph. Vayishma Yisro Chayin Midian Chesa Moshe. Moshe's father-in-law Yisro heard. He was the chief of Midian. Eis Kol Asher Asa Lehim LaMoshe. Everything that Hashem has done to Moshe and to the Yisrael Ami and to Yisrael his people. Yehoitzeh as Hashem has Sassom Mitzrayim. That Hashem has taken the Eden out of Mitzrayim. Rashi Vayishma Yisro Mashmu Hashem Uba. What news did he hear that actually made the impression for him to come? He heard a lot of ththings. She says, Kriyas Yamsuf U'Mechemes Amalek. This is the splitting of the sea and the war of Amalek. Yisro, Sheva, Shemes, Nikru Lo. Yisro was called by 7 names. Reuel, Yisro, Chaviv, Chever, Kini, Putuiel. Yisro, Al Shem Sheiter, Parsha Achas Bateda, V'ata Sechse. Why was he called Yisro? Because he added an extra Parsha in Teira, Yisro. When Yisro converted and fulfilled the commandments, a letter was added, the Yud was added to his name. Choyviv, why was he called Choyviv? Shechiv v'sateda, because he loved, he cherished Teda. Choyviv, O Yisro, Shenemar, Ibnei Choyviv, Chayse Moshe. Now Choyviv was Yisro, as it says, of the children of Choyviv, Moshe's father-in-law. V'yesh emrim Reuel aviv shel Yisro. Some people say that Reuel was Yisro's father. So why does it say that they came to their father Reuel if it was their grandfather? Rashi says, the young children call their grandfather father. Moshe's father-in-law, Here Yisro prided himself with the relationship that he had to Moshe. I am the king's father-in-law. And Moshe attributed his greatness to his father-in-law. Never, as it says, Moshe went and returned to his father-in-law. The Moshe Yisrael, the Moshe and Yidden, Shakol Moshe connected called Yisrael. Moshe was equal to all the Yidden. This was the descent of the manna from the well and of Amalek. And this is the greatness. This is the greatest of all of them. Pasuk Beis Vayigach Yisro Moshe as Tzipora Ishus Moshe Achar Shilucha. So Moshe's father-in-law Yisro took Tzipora, Moshe's wife, and of course his daughter, and she, after she has been sent away. So Rashi Achar Shilucha, Kishamar Le Hakadosh Baruch Hu B'Midyan Leich Shuv Mitzrayim Vayigach Moshe's Yishtei Vezmanav V'Gemer V'Yotza Aaron the Klasa V'If Kisheyu B'Har Aliyim Amar Le Mihem Alalu. So when the Eibishter said to Moshe to go to return to Mitzrayim, Moshe took his wife, his children, and Aaron came to greet him and met him on the mountain of Hashem. And Aaron said to him, who are these people? So Moshe said, this is my wife, and these are that I married in Midian, and these are my sons. So Aaron said, now where are you going? I'm going to Mitzrayim. So Aaron said, we're suffering with the first ones, and you want to add them? Why would you want to bring your kids to this misery? So what happened? So Moshe sent Tzipora and said to go home to your father. So she took her 2 sons and sent away. So now Yisro, and now they're going back. So Moshe, sent her away. Okay. Now, and her 2 sons were Asher Shem Echad Gershom. One of Moshe's sons was Gershom, Ki Omar, because he said, Ger Yisber is Nachri, I am a stranger in a foreign land. Dalad V'Shem Echad Eliezer, one of the sons was Eliezer, Ki Elihe Ovi Be'ezri, because Moshe said that Hashem of my father came to help me, to aid me, by Yislin Mecheret Pari, he rescued me from Pari's sword. So Rashi, Yislin Mecheret Pari, Gishigiloi, Dasam Aviram Advara Misri, Bikish the Haragas Moshe, Nasa Tzavore, Ka'amut Shoshayish. When Dasan and Aviram informed Pari about the Maisa, the Egyptian that Moshe killed, and then Pari wanted to slay Moshe, to kill Moshe, so Moshe's neck became hard like a marble pillar. So now Moshe's father-in-law Yisro and Moshe's sons and his wife came to Moshe. Al-Hamidbar to the desert, where he encamped to the mountain of Hashem. We know that they were in the desert. Rather, the Torah speaks the praise of Yisro. Yisro was living amongst the greatness of the honor of the world. But his heart prompted him to go to the desert. Malcolm Teda, the Shmed Varteda, and he went to the wastelands to hear the words of Teda. And he said to Moshe, I, Yisro, your father-in-law, am coming to you. Ishtafan, your wife, Ima, and your two sons. Of Rashi, Moshe, I did through a messenger. It may not above beginning, say begin Ishtafa. If you're not going to come for my sake, at least come for your wife's sake. It may not begin Ishtafa. If you're not coming for your wife's sake, say begin Shtevana and come at least for the sake of your two sons. So Moshe went out towards Yisro. He bowed and he kissed him. And they greeted one another. And they asked about their peace. They asked how they're doing. And they entered the tent. So Rashi Yisro was given a lot of honor at that time. So once Moshe went out, that's Aaron and Avil. So another Aaron and Avil went out. So who's going to see this whole incident? They're not going to go out. So Yisro had the whole Bnei Yisrael greeting him. So you don't know who bowed to who. But when it says one to another, who's the man? This is Moshe, number of Ish Moshe. Also the father of Mitzrayim. So Moshe told his father-in-law everything that Hashem did to Parah and Mitzrayim. I'll lead this Yisrael on the Yidden. And about all the hardships that had befallen him on the way. Hashem has saved him. So Rashi to attract them weiter, to drive near to Teda by the sea and by Amalek. Hakla Lamed Aleph Mina. You say Teva Lamed Aleph is the root of the word. Ba'ataf Utikin V'Yisid Anefum Men Leprakim. The tough is both formative and basic, and sometimes omitted from it. So Yisro was happy about all the good that Hashem has done to the Yidden, that he had rescued them from the hands of the Egyptians. Rashi says, Vayichad Yisro, Vayishma Yisro Zeh Pshutei. So Vayichad Yisro means that Vayismach Yisro, that Yisro rejoiced. Omed Omikra Zeh Pshutei. Mikra Acher Naseh Psari Chidudin Chidudin. Another explanation is that his flesh became like chidudin, prickly, like he had like goosebumps. Meitzar al ibud Mitzrayim. He was upset about the destruction of the Egyptians. Haidi the Omer Inshi, this is the popular saying. People say, do not disgrace a goy in the presence of a convert, even up to the 10th generation after its conversion. They take it very offensive. The good of the man of the well. In other words, still now a slave was not able to escape from Mitzrayim. The land was locked, the border was locked. And now 600,000 people were able to escape. So Yisro said, blessed is Hashem who has rescued from the hands of the Egyptians and from the hands of Pari. Mitzrayim, who has rescued the people from beneath the hand of Mitzrayim. Kosher, a strong nation. Parim Melech, Kosher, a strong king. As the Targum Unkla says, this is an expression of domination. Which means the hand which the Egyptian laid heavily upon them, the Eden, the slavery. Yud Aleph. Now I know that Hashem is greater than all the Avodah Zarah. For with the thing that they plotted, he came upon them. So Rashi, I recognized them in the past, but now I recognize them even more. It teaches us that he was knowledgeable about all the idolatry in the world. That there was not an Avodah Zarah that he did not worship. As the Targum says, which means that the Egyptians plotted against the Eden with water. They were judged, and they themselves were destroyed with water. That they planned wickedly. The Chachamim use it, learn from the expression of Zadu, like Yaakov cooked lentils in a very pot which they cooked, they themselves were cooked. Last possible, and Moshe, father-in-law, Yisro saw Moshe's father-in-law Yisro sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings to Hashem. And Aaron and all the elders of the heathen came to dine with Moshe, father-in-law, Hashem's Rashi Mashvo, expression of Shikulo, Kolel, everything that goes completely up to the altars, Vachim, Shlom, and peace offerings. Aaron and Moshe Eichen Halach. Where was Moshe? He was the one who calls all the covenant to Yisro. Rather, he was standing and serving Yisro. From here we learn that if a person derives pleasure from the feast of a Talmid Chacham, or which Talmid Chacham are preceded, it's like he is deriving pleasure from the splendor of the Shekhinah.